Suddenly, when you wake up on Friday and the reports are good and the reviews are good, numbers are good
Yeah.
for everything,
Yeah.
when did that start coming in?
We ourselves didn't know how Munjya is going to finally come together and look, you know. So for us also, when the trailer dropped, we were very excited, and
Right.
and I think that when the audience showed that excitement, I think we knew, okay, things will go in a good direction. We
Right.
didn't know this well, but definitely good.
Where did you get the best compliments, the best praises from? What made you be like, okay, I think I've done it?
I recently got a message from Adi sir also when I spoke to
Nice.
him, and he put a very lovely line in it which said that that he congratulated me for the film and said that but we have a very long and ambitious journey ahead. That the line that says that we have a long and ambitious journey ahead just means the world to me.
It's so important to have this. It's a big tick mark.
Yeah.
What do you expect from here on?
I think that this year is an exciting year for
Yeah.
me, and this is of course the first time that I'm receiving this kind of love from the audiences.
Right.
Also the first time that I have two releases in the year.
Yes.
I have Vedaa coming up
Yeah.
on 15th of August. I would definitely wish is for people to give the same kind of love, if not more,
Right.
to all the films that are coming forward.
Absolutely. You will be seen in the spy universe. What can you tell us at this stage?
This is the first Indian female-led spy film. I think this has never happened before. Definitely sharing screen space with Alia will be a big moment of my life because I have watched her films and I've always said that she's my favorite actor.
To be a part of, say, the spy universe, like with Yash Raj and having Alia as your co-actor, these are very big tick marks. So, who should get credit for this?
God, I guess. I don't know.
You should take credit for it.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, this is Sharvari, and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.
Sharvari, welcome to Bollywood Hungama.
Thank you.
Good phase, fun phase.
Yeah, exciting phase.
Exciting phase. But let me take you till a few days ago.
Okay.
Before the release, I would imagine one goes through a lot of stress. All actors, I guess, do at some level. What are you like on a Thursday night?
Honestly, I think I was very okay. I've been feeling very calm. I don't know, I felt like very calm before the storm kind of a feeling, and I wasn't really stressing too much about it. Our director, Aditya sir, Abhay, my co-star, all of us were like constantly in chats with each other, calling each other. We used to talk to each other almost every day. So yeah, I mean, we were all very positive actually.
Okay.
And I think that we all felt okay.
Okay. You know, many people are positive and, you know, it's just what's tricky is the way the industry is. What works, we don't know. What doesn't work, nobody knows. Suddenly, when you wake up on Friday and the reports are good and the reviews are good, numbers are good for everything. When did that start coming in?
Honestly, I think that when our trailer dropped, we got a very good response for our trailer. And that was the first time that we kind of understood that, okay, maybe this is going in the right direction. Because before that, of course, the makers had also not shown Munjya to everyone. They had kept that whole thing very closed and very limited so that, you know, this information doesn't go out to too many people.
Right.
So I think that when the trailer dropped and people accepted Munjya as this CGI actor is when we felt like, okay, now there's a certain amount of acceptance that has happened. And I think that was our biggest worry because even we as actors had signed this on like a film that definitely was new, was experimental. We ourselves didn't know how Munjya is going to finally come together and look, you know. So for us also, when the trailer dropped, we were very excited, and I think that when the audience showed that excitement, I think we knew, okay, things will go in a good direction. We didn't know this well, but definitely good.
Right, you know, it's not a conventional film. You know, you are not, you know, I can say you're fairly new in the industry still. How does one take a decision and jump and say yes to a project like that? Won't a conventional thing sometimes be your safe bet?
Yeah, no, definitely would be. But when I actually went to Maddock to meet Dino, and I wanted work at that point.
Okay.
And I purely went to Dino saying that I want to come for a meeting, and he was one of those producers who had always obliged for a meeting, and he was very kind, you know, throughout this process. When I met Dino, he basically said that, okay, you know, I want to collaborate with you, and I said that, Dino, if there's any work, I want to work. I'm looking for work, and I'm free, I'm available, and I want to go on floors now.
Right.
Is there anything that I can collaborate with you?
Yeah.
And he said, today morning we've made a change in one of our scripts, and I think you're perfect for this
Wow.
role. Meet the director.
Wow.
And I said, okay, that's strange, but I just came to you for work and you're telling me to meet a director, which is great.
Right.
I met Aditya sir and he narrated this entire thing to me about Munjya and how it's going to be. They had very basic sketches of Munjya at that point. They didn't have any moving images also. I don't think they had even colored images. They just had rough sketches on it. But I was blown by the story. I really thought that it's so much fun because, with experimental films, it's like if it lands, it just lands.
It just
And
lands,
I think as actors, we always have to be positive, and I think it's that instinct. Instinctively, I felt like I want to do this.
Right. It's great what you're telling me, that you going to Dino and you're at a stage where, meeting people is such an important thing.
Yeah.
Networking is so important. People have to, you've proven your acting skills. We know that you can act, which is the biggest job. What is it like, what is it like to get work in this industry? Is there enough work that you're getting? Is there, or do you think it's an ongoing process still?
I think that it's always an ongoing process. I don't think that it is, if you're new or if you're established, I don't think that would change.
Right.
Now, I can't speak from experience, but I would say that I think that we all, because there's so much work, right? And you want to do different work. You also want to break barriers. Like sometimes you end up doing a certain genre and then you feel like, no, I want to give my audience something else.
Right.
So you're going to go to find that kind of projects, or at least that's what I would want to do. So I think it'll always be an ongoing process to get work, look for more work, find out what is going on in the industry and just collaborate with people you want to.
And you've reached this far, which is also great. Do you want to tell people, so one should be okay with going for auditions, one should be okay with asking for meetings.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think I have always been, what's the shame in asking for work?
Yeah,
I think it's really not a big deal. If you want work and you're going to say that you want work, the person who's in front of you is definitely going to be very happy and for sure going to offer you work. I think you must.
Where did you get the best compliments, the best praises from? What made you be like, okay, I think I've done it? Yeah.
I think your family is always the first people that you look out for a certain amount of validation.
Right.
And I think when my mom said that she was very proud of me, I think that's something that definitely is the best compliment. But I recently got a message from Adi sir also when I spoke to him, and he put a very lovely line in it which said that he congratulated me for the film and said that, but we have a very long and ambitious journey ahead.
Nice.
So keep working hard and enjoy the success and enjoy what is around you. But I think that the line that says that we have a long and ambitious journey ahead just means the world to me.
Yeah, that is amazing, and that's what a huge validation that is.
Yeah.
Obviously he's someone who saw talent and put trust in you earlier on. You think you're in safe hands with the way you're going. You think these are great messages to get.
Yeah.
It could be a dream for someone to even get this message.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think it was a dream for me at some point of time in my life because I don't come from this industry and to have someone like Adi sir guide you through this or mentor you through this is, I think, a big blessing and definitely for somebody to believe in you from this industry who has seen so much of this industry, so yeah, I think for someone like me it's a big validation, and I've always dreamt of being a part of YRF. The fact that it is still happening is a pinch me moment.
Right. When you're not from the industry, you said it's such a big deal to make it here, to crack it here. Like you said earlier, it's an ongoing process. Every time someone like you comes and you have a hit film, it's a big endorsement for everyone who's trying now. Even struggling to make it, getting that debut, doing these meetings. What would be your biggest advice to someone?
Honestly, I think that for people who just like me are out there auditioning every single day, and I think that it is not easy, and I think it really is a long process till you finally crack your first film or your first web show or your first web film, because now there are so many doors that have opened. I just think that you must keep going.
You must keep
going. You must keep going in whatever adversity that comes your way, because if you have a dream, then it's your dream to fulfill and not anybody else's.
What does a success like this does to you? What do you want from it? Like, what did you expect? It's so important to have this. It's a big tick mark.
Yeah.
What do you expect from here on?
What do I expect from here
Yeah.
on?
Now this is done.
Yeah.
Abhi,
I think that this year is an exciting year for
Yeah.
me, and this is of course the first time that I'm receiving this kind of love from the audiences.
Right.
Also the first time that I have two releases in the year. I
Yes.
have Vedaa coming up
Yeah.
on 15th of August, and I think the one thing that I would hope for, and I'm not saying
Sure,
expect, but I would
sure.
definitely wish for is for people to give the same kind of love, if
Love.
not more,
Right.
to all the films that are coming forward.
Absolutely. So I was going to come to your future project. Say, talking about Veda again. What did you go in for? Like here you said you met Dino and this how it worked out. Veda, how did that happen? What did you go for?
With Veda, honestly, Nikhil Advani is one of the biggest directors of our country, and he has always delivered incredible films, you know, and across genres, which is, I think, very notable because he has given you like rom-coms to hardcore dramas to action. So I think he's always done these incredible films. I have been a huge fan of his work ever since, you know, Kal Ho Na Ho and so many other films. So for me, I think I just wanted to work with Nikhil sir. That was my biggest greed, one can say, as an actor, that I wanted to be on his set. I wanted to be directed by him, and so yeah, I put in like all my energies into, you know, trying to get that film, and it is a titular role. It is something that doesn't come to you so early on in your career. For him to believe in me was my biggest responsibility.
Wow, that looks like an action-packed. So that'll be. We should expect a very different you in that.
Yes, very different me. Very different me.
Right. Looking forward to that.
Thank you.
This is again home because when every time we enter YRF studio, there are people even today standing out. You see that one person trying to even get in. You're here. You work with them. You said you got a message from Adi sir, which is again great. You'll be seen in the Spy Universe. What can you tell us at this stage?
At this stage, all I would say is that it's exciting to be a part of films that break glass ceilings here, because this is the first Indian female-led spy film. I think this has never happened before. Definitely sharing screen space with Alia will be a big moment of my life, because I have watched her films and I've always said that she's my favorite actor. I've said it in so many interviews that when people used to ask me, who do you want to work with, my first name used to be Alia Bhatt. You know, and it's so, I mean, I don't know how, but it's just happened that I get to, I guess I get to work with her. But I think for me, I'm just going to go there as a student. I get to work with incredible actors, and one of them is Alia. And I just want to absorb as much as I can from her, because she's incredible. Like I have no words. The nation knows how good she is. I don't have to say it, but she's incredible.
But it's so amazing that so many girls and female actors I talk to, they say Alia has just gone right with her career. She's proven her talent. What stands out for someone like you who's in the same industry as a female actor? How do you look at this other female actor?
I think that every time she came with a movie and we saw her on the big screen, she came up with something new. You know, she played different characters. She played different age groups, different dialects. She brought in stories from Razi to Student of the Year to doing Udta Punjab, and I think that, or Highway, and I'm saying that all of these, are such different characters that somewhere when you, or even Gangubai for a matter of fact, when you go to watch a film that has Alia, you forget that is Alia.
Right. True. She's a character,
She becomes the character. She becomes that like when you watched Gangubai, you were watching Gangu. You were not watching Alia. And I think that as an actor, I definitely aspire to be there someday.
Right. Someone who's 2 films old now, to be a part of, say, the Spy Universe, like with Yash Raj and having Alia as your co-actor, these are very big tick marks. So, who would get credit? Who should get credit for this?
God, I guess. I don't know.
You should take credit for it.
Thank you.
But this is somewhere, like I was saying earlier, people want to come here. Sharvari, the fact that you've come here, do you now, come on, be a little, do you get a sense of achievement? Yes, I've made it this far. It's incredible.
No, I'm definitely proud of myself. I am very proud of where I have reached, because I remember when I used to audition and I had I had auditioned for a lot of Yash Raj films and I hadn't landed those at all.
Yeah.
I reached final rounds of many films, and I remember coming to the studio, doing a couple tests and all, but not cracking that.
Right.
And I remember coming inside Yash Raj and I remember feeling like, I need to, like, I belong here.
Yeah.
But I didn't get those roles. And I used to go back home and I used to always tell my friends and family that, no, one day I'm going to get a Yash Raj film. And a lot of people used to make fun of me at that time and be like, come on.
This is before your first
Before
film.
Bunty Bubbly.
Okay.
And I used to say that, and I don't know where I got the confidence to even say these things out loud, but I used to.
Yeah.
And I had gotten a few offers in the middle, but I had actively said no to them. But because I wanted something like this.
Like this, right.
And I think I waited, I manifested this, and I just wanted to be a Yash Raj heroine from a very long time. So yeah, I'm proud of myself.
Amazing that, when you don't land up a role and you said you reach a final audition and you still don't get it, what makes you wake up the next morning and again go for an audition?
I think the passion to perform, the passion to act, to be on the silver screen and to just to act, like I'm an actor, I wanted to always be an actor. And I think that I will always have this undying passion and love for acting.
Right.
So I think that's what gets you.
Right. Along with that, you're getting a lot of tick marks. It's so important to have one good dance number. You got that also. वो भी एक बहुत बड़ी बात है that, to have, because there are a lot of checklists and tick marks. You really are ticking one after another. When you got that song, tell me, what was that? Were you like, wow, now I have a good song as well?
Dino called me and he said that, we have to do a song for the film and come meet me.
Okay.
So the next day, he was not in India, I think. He spoke to me on call. He said, I have this incredible song and we must do this song because, his films are known to have that, a big song.
Right.
So he said that we must do a song together, and he called me to his office. He made me hear the song and I said, this is incredible. And, I was just waiting for more details to come my way, and he said that work hard and go all out. I'm available at all times if you need me to, whatever you want to set your look, you want to ask me any question, you want to rehearse more, whatever you need. I am here, you can directly reach out to me, but let's make the song happen. And I think that he's the first producer to believe in me and give me this kind of a solo song. I don't think that anybody envisioned me in this space. He did that for the first time, and because of him, I think a lot of more people are seeing me in that space and feeling like, oh, Sharvari can do this as well. Yeah. But the first person to believe in you is always very special. And I think that it's due credit to Dino, and I'm very grateful.
In fact, I want to talk about him and let's give him due credit. He's again not an industry person. He's, the empire that he's built in such a short span, the kind of films he makes, the kind of people he works with, nothing is traditional, nothing is just a formula, ye dal diya, wo dal diya. What do you observe about him? Like, because, many have not met him. What do you observe about him?
He's a very passionate person when it comes to the films that he makes, and he believes in them. Because I remember we were at IFA last year, and it just so happened that him and Varun were in the gym at the same time, and by then we had already finished Munjya, and they were working on the post-production and they were working on the CGI actor. And I remember we were all having this conversation, and Dino at that time said something on the lines of that, Munjya will be your first hit. Because at that time Munjya was the only thing that I was doing. And he knew that I was a little nervous about about just career and where I'm going. And he said these lines, and I think that for someone who so truly believes in their material, who backs actors, because this is a great example of him backing new actors. I think whether it be Abhay or it could be me, he truly believed in us, and he mounted his horror comedy universe on very new people. So I think that it's just the fact that he believes in what he's making, and he believes in his IP, and I think people have proven him right.
Right. We are doing this in a dance studio. Did you enjoy doing the song? Are you someone who enjoys Bollywood dance?
Like, I love Bollywood dance. I only listen to Bollywood music. I also listen to Marathi music actually, but I love Hindi music. I am not this English music person. If you're at a party, you must play Bollywood music.
That's when the party starts.
That's when the party starts. I've always wanted these big Bollywood songs. I mean, I've always seen Madhuri ji, I've seen Karishma Kapoor, Kareena Kapoor, Rani ma'am. They've all got these incredible songs, you know. And growing up, sitting in the theatre and watching them on the cellular doing, you know, their magic. I used to come home and I used to take my mom's dupattas. I had like a drawer only of my mom's dupattas. And I used to come and try and make like an outfit similar to what I'd seen on screen. And then I used to come home and I used to dance in front of the mirror. And my family still jokes about this because they're like, you know, Sharvari used to lock the door and dance behind in front of the mirror. But ever since then, I've wanted a song, and you're right, it's also happened very early on in my career, and I'm just very grateful.
Right. You know, we ask this to everyone, every actor, that, you know, what is your checklist? We get a typical, you know, there are these filmmakers everybody wants to work with. What I want to ask you is, what kind of work would you like to do? What kind of films would you like to do?
I want to do films that, I think in a general sense, I think I want to do films that definitely speak to audiences, and especially to a generation of girls and women that hopefully get inspired by the films that I do. Because I feel like when I used to watch films, I have gotten inspired by lots of actresses, you know, and I hope that we continue to do so for a younger generation.
Right. And so before we wrap, going forward, Vedaa will be the next release, and then a Spy Universe movie. Anything else you want to tell us? Where will we see you? Anything you've signed? Where coming here?
I think I'm only starting the spy film now soon, and super excited for that film. So I think that's something that I will be busy with for some time. But Vedaa is something that people should definitely watch out for. Hi, this is Sharvari, and you're watching this interview on Bollywood Hungama.